Hustle Babes, I'm Chanel the Brand Hustler, and this is a channel for all of my hustle babes who are interested in gaining insight on the entrepreneur journey while learning essential marketing and business tips for their brand. If that sounds like you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join the Hustle Babe community. Today, I am doing a video that was inspired by a recent Instagram reel and TikTok that I made. And if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, what exactly are you waiting for? Because I drop gems on there too. So head over there and follow me at The Brand Hustler. But nonetheless, I shared an IG reel and a TikTok about the 5 mistakes that business owners make. And I actually got a lot of DMs and a lot of questions about how to prevent these mistakes. How do you know you're making these mistakes? And what the heck do some of these mistakes even mean when it comes to my business? So I decided to record this video right here today to highlight all 5 of these mistakes, explain all 5 of these mistakes, why these mistakes are crucial to your business, and what you can do instead to make sure that you either recover from these mistakes or prevent these mistakes. So if you are interested in learning all of what I just said, make sure that you stay tuned for the entire video. Grab your notebook, grab your pen, and let's get to it. So before we get started, I just want to let you know that I am going to be looking down sometimes just because I took some notes to make sure that I stay on track, because as you guys know, I tend to give a lot of examples and run my mouth a lot, and whenever I give myself like a timeline to stick to, it never happens. So today I am going to follow my notes to ensure that this video isn't too long, because I want it to be something that is short, digestible, and easy to understand. So let's get into it. The first mistake that a lot of new business owners, or for the sake of this video, new boutique owners make, is that you want to sell to everyone, right? So you think that your products are for everybody. You think that everybody can rock the clothing that you sell. You think that everybody can use the skin products that you create. And in reality, that is not true. Not only that, but I personally wouldn't want to sell to everybody anyway, and here's why. So in the world, there's over 7 billion people, okay? So the world has over 7 billion people. The reason why I wouldn't want to sell to everyone is because I don't have the capacity to fulfill orders for 7 billion people. I don't have the mental capacity, the physical capacity, nor do I have the team or the staff to make that happen. And 9 times out of 10, you don't either, right? And I'm not here to knock your dreams or knock your hustle, but it is just not realistic. Not only that, but out of those 7 billion people, there's not going to be one common understanding of style. There's not going to be one holistic like skin problem. Everybody has different style. Everybody has different problems. Everybody has a different need. So therefore, what you should be doing instead is focusing on targeting the people who have the problem or the need that your product provides a resource or the solution to. It is important for you to really perform what I like to call a problem solution analysis, so that you can identify what problem or what need your business is trying to target, who has that problem, and how does your business uniquely solve that problem or provide a resource to that need. Mistake number 2 is that you have no content strategy. So you are sporadically posting content, hoping that it will convert your audience into customers, right? And then you end up getting frustrated when your audience isn't reacting the way that you thought they would. Or you get frustrated when you get reactions and you get engagement, but it's from the wrong people, right? And this is caused by not having a content strategy. So it is important for you to have a content strategy, because your content strategy is what will attract your audience to you. It is what will teach your audience about your problem. About your product that solves their problem. It is what is going to give them the background on your brand. your content does all of this, right? Whether that's social media content, email content, YouTube content, whatever, your content does all of that. And in reality, if you have one solid content strategy, you can communicate that content strategy on all of the different channels that I mentioned and then some, right? And so instead of just sporadically posting and instead of just like, banking on what other people are posting and copying them because you see that it works for them, it is important for you to create content with your brand as the center thought, okay? So I actually teach my clients and eHustle Club members how to create content based off of their PMV statements. Now, PMV statements are something that we outline when we're building their brand, right? And so if you have absolutely no idea what that is, then I suggest you check out the eHustle Club. Enrollment is closed right now, but you can join the wait list. And you can also dive into some of the content that I share on YouTube, on Instagram, and TikTok to get more of an understanding of a little bit of what that PMV means, right? But the point is you want to create content with your brand at the center because doing so will allow you to educate, teach, all that stuff that you need to do so that your audience can fall in love with your brand, right? You also want to think about what is currently going on in the world, what is currently going on within your business, what is currently going on within your audience's lives that you can build content around. I love to give this example because this video was iconic, okay? So when WAP came out, the theme of the entire video shook everybody. And I saw a lot of business owners taking advantage of that. There's the owner of Kaleidoscope. She created Miracle Drops, and she actually reenacted parts of that music video in order to sell her Miracle Drops. Now, you may be looking at me like, okay, well, what does WAP have to do with Miracle Drops that grow my edges back? She saw something that was happening in the world. She knew that her audience loved artists like Cardi B and loved some of the artists that were highlighted in that video. They loved Megan Thee Stallion. And so what she did was she took advantage of that and spun it into content that worked for her brand. The third mistake is that you're having surprise launches. And so this is one that I speak about a lot. There's like a saying that says like, grind in the dark and let your success do the talking or something like that. Or like, don't tell people your business, just let your success do the talking. It's a quote like that, right? But some of you are taking that quote too literal. You're taking it literal to the point where you think that it's a good idea to pop up with a business the day of your launch and say, hey, I'm open for business, right? And that is not good. You want to give people time to prep themselves, to prep their wallets especially, right? You want them to be excited about the fact that your business is opening, because if I'm excited about something, I am more inclined to purchase multiple things from you, right? Instead of you slapping me in the face with it. So a good example of this is like a field trip, right? So a lot of the people in my audience has kids. I don't have any kids yet, so, but a lot of you guys have kids. So I want to give you this example. Imagine your son or daughter waking you up one morning and saying, hey, mom or dad, I want to go on this field trip today. It's $2,500. Excuse me? Like, that is gonna be my face, right? It doesn't matter how much money you may have, but it's still like, did you really just come and tell me about this field trip today and you expect me to say yes? Then you expect me to pay for it? I haven't even had the time to research where you're going, who the chaperones are, what the location is it even safe? Do I have anybody in that area that if something happens, they could get to you real quick? Like, I haven't had the time to process this. And you expect me to just chalk over $2,500 and just let you go about your business on this field trip? No, the answer is no. So if your mindset would be like that in that scenario, think about your customer's mindset, or I'm sorry, your potential customer's mindset, right? You pop up on them day of saying that you're open for business. Yes, your product probably doesn't cost $2,500, but still the concept is still the same. This is not just pertaining to when you're launching a new business. This can actually help out if you're launching a new product or a new collection. You want to have some type of launch strategy that is comprised of 3 phases. So it's the pre-launch phase, it's the live and launched phase, and then it's your post-launch phase. Okay, it is important for you to create this launch strategy because it helps you build hype and excitement for the launch of your business, your product, or your collection. Mistake number 4 is one of my favorite mistakes to solve for people, and that is not setting specific goals. So you're in business and you're still setting goals like, oh, I want to make more sales. Oh, I want to own a warehouse one day. Oh, I want to maybe sell out of this collection. Like, you're making these goals that are just like, there's no real end result. If you're not setting specific goals, it's just the same as having a dream, right? What makes your goals different from a dream is that your goals should be specific to be quantifiable and give yourself a deadline, right? So instead of saying, oh, I want to make more sales, it should be, okay, I want to make $50,000 by the end of the year. Oh, I want to make $30,000 this quarter. Oh, I want to be able to save up $30,000 so that I can buy myself a warehouse by the end of 2022. That's how specific your goals should be. In addition to giving yourself a deadline, right? And in addition to making your goal quantifiable, you're able to then track your goals and see what worked for you and what didn't, and then readjust as you move forward so that you can scale your business. Instead of saying general goals, right, that are really just dreams, I want to challenge you to use the SMART acronym when it comes to setting your goals, and that's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound goals. Not only that, but I want you to check out this video right here on the screen where I broke down my goal setting method that actually made me 6 figures. That, y'all, is golden. I use it every single quarter, every single month. I use that goal setting method and it has done wonders for me. So make sure you check out that video and start using it. We got to our last and final mistake. And number 5 is not solving a problem or a need. Whew. This one right here is major, right? It is so major because it honestly connects to all of the other mistakes that I mentioned, right? It kind of is like the first thing that you did wrong in the first place that made you mess up in all these other areas. We should be in business to solve a problem or to provide a resource to a need. If you're in business just because or just to make money, it's probably not gonna last. It could be something so subtle, but if it's a problem or if it's a need, somebody would be interested in your product, right? And so what I want you to really do instead, right? So instead of just coming up with these random business ideas, instead of just selling random things because you feel like, oh, I want to make some money and people like lashes, so I'm gonna sell lashes, or people like shoes, so I'm gonna sell shoes. I want you to take the time to actually perform the problem and solution analysis that I mentioned when I shared mistake 1. But what I want you to do is I want you to actually put some research behind it. So I'm gonna give you exact steps. So it could be as simple as this to find a business idea and to identify a problem or a need for a business you may have already created, right? 1, figure out what the industry is that you're interested in, right? That's 1. You can figure out an industry that you're interested in, that you love. Maybe that's hair, maybe that's skincare, whatever. Once you identify that industry that you're interested in, you can take the time to research, avid buyers within that industry, different companies within that industry, and you can then also look for different research topics on different research sites like Pew Research and things like that to figure out what gaps may be within that industry. Is there something missing? Is there something that these buyers continue to complain about, like that I can create a solution to, or I can create a resource to? And then boom, you have a business, right? Another way that you can do it is the problem may come to you. So you may have this problem yourself, or you may have a loved one or a friend who has this problem or this need. And when you realize that, you can just be like, oh, maybe I should create a product that does this, or maybe I should find a way to source a product that does this. And you can do it that way as well. But if you don't have a problem of your own, or your loved ones don't have a problem, or you don't realize a problem just period around you, you can start the industry route and then research it from there. Those were the 5 mistakes that I see new boutique, new business owners overall making. And these are 5 mistakes that you do not want to continue making in your business. So please take heed to everything that I said in today's video. Apply the solutions of what you should do instead. And if you are interested in learning more about preventing these mistakes, recovering from these mistakes, then I urge you to check out the eHustle Club. I'm gonna put the link in my description. Now, unfortunately, enrollment is closed right now, but we will open up sometime in the future. So join the wait list and you will be the first to know. We also may, I'm not gonna promise it, we may be releasing a discount to the people on the wait list. So you definitely wanna make sure that you go ahead and join the wait list for the eHustle Club. If you are not following me on Instagram already, follow me at The Brand Hustler. Please follow my TikTok because I am back on TikTok. It is at The Brand Hustler as well. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and share this video with someone that you know it can help. Let's share the wealth. And other than that, I'm gonna see y'all later, hustle babes. Bye.